Wuhan, central China's most populous city, with over 11 million people. Wuhan is part of China's growth story. A busy city that's always on the move. But change is coming.
In the Chinese city of Wuhan,
health authorities are still working to identify the virus and pneumonia.
The city's hospitals are inundated with pneumonia cases. A mysterious virus is attacking the body, causing respiratory systems to collapse. People are dying. Wuhan's universities are home to a large number of Indian students. News of this virus is worrying them. Salma, a medical student, is desperate to get away.
Yeah, I said my parents the virus was spreading very fast. The city will lock down soon, I guess. So they were watching news and also they know the situation. They said me to come back immediately.
Salma and a few students flee Wuhan, booking a last-minute flight to Kolkata in eastern India. She then goes south, taking a domestic flight to Kochi before driving to Thrissur in Kerala to reach the safety of home. Salma has escaped Wuhan in the nick of time. China imposes an unprecedented lockdown, sealing the city to contain the virus. The fatalities are rising. Official figures say over 570 infected and 17 dead. India launches an evacuation mission, airlifting its citizens from the epicenter of the virus.
A formal request has been made to operate 2 aircrafts to China to bring back the Indian nationals.
The Indo-Tibetan Border Police is given a tight deadline to prepare quarantine facilities for the Wuhan evacuees.
It was a very short notice, but it was a challenge before the nation. The capacities and capability of the nation was under test.
Overnight, barracks are converted into quarantine halls. Systems set to ensure the virus will be contained and isolated here and not spread across the country.
We deployed large number of officers. We took help of good number of medical officers, and logistic equipment was total. Furnishing was done, and all facilities were created in a very short time because it was urgent need before all of us.
Four days after her return, Salma is feeling unwell.
I had sore throat and dry cough. I was very scared because I was coming from a very contagious place. So I was worried about my parents and the people who travel with me. I informed the health inspector in my area. Doctor from Thrissur District Hospital called me and they sent ambulance to my home there and we went to hospital.
The hospital is quick to respond. Blood samples and a swab from her mouth are swiftly dispatched to the National Institute of Virology, around 1200 kilometers away in Pune, Western India.
It arrived on 29th of January in the morning. We set up the real-time PCR, by which time we had specific primers for the SARS coronavirus 2. We set it up, and as a matter of abundant caution and in terms of quality control, we had 2 labs doing the same test. They ran samples in a blinded fashion.
The virus is crossing borders. In China, more than 100 people are dead and over 4,500 infected. 14 countries, including Japan, Korea, Australia, Italy, and the United States have reported infections. At the National Institute of Virology, Dr. Atanu Basu leads the team investigating Salma's sample. The test results are positive.
Actually, this virus, known as a coronavirus, has a very typical appearance under the electron microscope. It's usually around 70 to 100 nanometer circular virus, and it has a very distinct fringe, which is called an outer layer or corona. It is very much like the sun's corona. The genome of the virus is very different from any other viruses of the RNA family.
We have gone on to isolate the virus. The virus we got had a 99.98% similarity to the Wuhan strain. I made a call to the chief of ECD and announced that National Institute of Virology has its first case of SARS-CoV-2.